Welcome to Radiant Aging, where growing older means growing stronger, healthier, and happier every day. Have you ever hugged someone and caught a faint, musty scent that you couldn't quite place? Or maybe you've been shopping for clothes, tried something on, and noticed a strange smell that reminded you of your grandmother's closet? It's a sensitive topic, I know, but today, we're going to gently unpack something that many people notice but rarely talk about openly. That distinct scent some folks call old people smell. Now, before you cringe or get defensive, hear me out. First of all, this has nothing to do with poor hygiene. In fact, most older adults are just as clean, if not cleaner, than anyone else. But the truth is, our bodies change as we age, and with that comes some surprising shifts, including the way we smell. And it's not your fault. It's completely natural. But the good news is there are simple, natural things we can do to understand it, and even fix it without harsh chemicals, perfumes, or embarrassment. So why is this even happening? Well, science has an answer. As we get older, our skin starts producing a compound called 2-nonenal. It's a byproduct of the oxidation of fatty acids on the skin. Basically, as our skin's oil composition changes with age, and our body goes through normal wear and tear, this compound builds up, and it just so happens to have a very distinctive odor, slightly greasy, grassy, or musty, not exactly the scent of fresh roses. And here's the kicker. 2-nonenal is extremely difficult to wash off with regular soap and water. In fact, most soaps don't even break it down because they're not designed for it. That's why even people who bathe daily might still notice that lingering scent over time. But it's not just about the skin. Diet plays a big role, too. Think about it. What we eat fuels every part of our body. If we're eating foods that promote inflammation or that are hard for the liver to process, the body can end up expelling certain byproducts through sweat. And yes, those byproducts can add to the body's natural scent. Highly processed foods, fried foods, red meat, too much sugar. All of these can affect the way we smell from the inside out. Let me ask you this. Have you ever eaten a lot of garlic or onions and then noticed your sweat smelled a little funky the next day? That's the same idea, except with aging. The buildup is more gradual and the smell is harder to notice in ourselves. Sometimes it's the people around us who pick up on it first, even if they never say a word. But let me be clear. You're not stuck with this. There are natural, easy ways to reduce or eliminate that scent and feel fresh, confident, and comfortable again. And you don't need fancy sprays or designer soaps. In fact, sometimes those only make it worse. Let's start with one of the simplest changes you can make. What you're putting on your plate. Fresh fruits and vegetables, especially leafy greens, are powerful natural deodorizers. They help alkalize the body and support your liver, which is the organ responsible for detoxing all those smelly compounds. When your liver is running efficiently, fewer toxins get pushed out through skin, and that means less odor. Think cucumbers, spinach, celery, parsley, and lemon water. These are small choices that, over time, can make a big difference in how you feel and how your body naturally smells. Drinking more water helps too. I know you've heard it a million times, but hydration is no joke. Water helps flush toxins through the kidneys and digestive system instead of letting them seep through the skin. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses a day, even more if you're active or spending time outside. And if plain water doesn't appeal to you, add a slice of lemon or cucumber to make it more refreshing. Another gentle but powerful trick is to switch to natural soaps that are rich in antioxidants. Look for ones that include green tea extract, persimmon, or charcoal. These ingredients can actually break down 2-nonenal and help eliminate the cause of that musty odor, not just cover it up. Some Japanese skincare products, for example, were specifically designed to combat aging-related body odors, and they're becoming more popular globally for a reason. And then there's clothing, something we often overlook. As we get older, our skin gets thinner and more delicate, and our clothing choices matter more than we think. Synthetic fabrics can trap sweat and oils, creating a perfect environment for that odor to cling and build up. Natural fabrics like cotton, bamboo, or linen allow your skin to breathe and help prevent that musty smell from settling into your clothes. Plus, they're softer on sensitive skin. Sometimes even our laundry routine needs a little update. Using natural vinegar in the wash cycle, for example, can help break down the residue and oils left behind in your clothes, keeping your wardrobe smelling cleaner for longer. And drying clothes in the sun when possible adds a natural freshness you just can't get from the dryer. You see, there's no shame in any of this. It's just another part getting older, like wrinkles or gray hair. But just because it's common doesn't mean you have to live with it. You have options, you have tools, and you absolutely deserve to feel fresh and confident in your skin at every stage of life. Now, you might be wondering, what else contributes to this scent that no one talks about? And what other gentle, natural ways can help clear up for good? One thing that often gets overlooked when we talk about body odor in older adults is how hormones play a role. As we age, both men and women experience hormonal shifts, especially a decrease in sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone. These hormones don't just influence our energy or mood. They also affect our skin and sweat glands. With lower hormone levels, our bodies start to produce different types of oils, and unfortunately, these oils oxidize faster on aging skin. That faster oxidation creates stronger smells, especially if the body isn't detoxing efficiently. Now, this doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means your body is evolving, and it's time to support it a little differently. Think of it like updating the oil in your car when it hits a certain number of miles. Same vehicle, just different needs. Another hidden cause? Slower digestion. As we age, our digestive system can become sluggish. Our gut microbiome changes. Stomach acid levels might drop, and that means food takes longer to break down. This can lead to more gas, more bloating, and yes, even body odor. Why? Because when food ferments in the gut instead of digesting properly, it creates byproducts that have to escape somehow, and one of those escape routes is through the skin. But there's good news here too. By improving your gut health, you can help your whole body smell fresher. It all starts with the food you eat and the habits you build around it. Probiotic-rich foods like plain yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and even fermented pickles can help repopulate your gut with the good bacteria that break down food efficiently and reduce the production of smelly compounds. Fiber is also key. Foods like oats, chia seeds, berries, and leafy greens help keep things moving, so waste doesn't sit and rot in your system. And let's not forget stress. I know it might sound surprising, but chronic stress can actually make you smell worse. When you're under pressure, your body releases cortisol and activates your apocrine sweat glands, the ones located in your armpits and groin. These glands produce a thicker, oilier sweat that bacteria love to feast on. The result? A sharper, more noticeable body odor that has nothing to do with hygiene. So, how do you fix that naturally? Well, one easy way is to create small moments of calm in your day. Even just 5 minutes of deep breathing, stretching, or sitting in silence with a cup of herbal tea can reset your nervous system and reduce the type of stress that triggers odor-producing sweat. And bonus, you'll feel more centered and refreshed, too. Let's talk about another sneaky source, medications. Many prescriptions that are common in older adults, like blood pressure meds, antidepressants, or diabetes treatments, can change the way your body metabolizes nutrients and processes toxins. Some medications cause dry mouth or reduce saliva, which is your body's natural defense against bacteria. Others can affect your liver or kidneys, making it harder for your body to eliminate waste the usual way, so it comes out through your skin. Now, I'm not saying you should stop taking any medications. That's something only your doctor should advise. But it's worth having a conversation during your next checkup. Ask if your prescriptions could be contributing to any unusual body odors. And if so, there might be safer alternatives or supplements that can help balance things out. Speaking of supplements, one that's often overlooked is chlorophyll. This is the green pigment found in plants, and it's a natural deodorizer for the body. Some people take liquid chlorophyll drops in their water or use wheatgrass shots. It works by helping neutralize odors from the inside, and many people report feeling fresher and even noticing their breath and body smell better within a few days. Of course, check with your doctor before starting anything new, but it's a gentle, plant-based tool that's helped a lot of folks feel more confident. Another important piece of the puzzle is your bathing routine. As mentioned before, regular soap doesn't always break down the compound responsible for age-related odor. So, if you haven't already, consider using soaps that contain natural ingredients like green tea, persimmon extract, or activated charcoal. These help absorb and neutralize odor at the source rather than just covering it up. And don't forget to exfoliate gently. Dead skin cells can trap oils and bacteria, so using a soft washcloth or natural loofah every few days can make a big difference. And while we're in the bathroom, let's talk about deodorants. Many traditional antiperspirants use aluminum-based ingredients to block sweat glands. But sometimes this traps toxins and can actually worsen body odor over time. Natural deodorants might take a little time to get used to, but once your body adjusts, you might find they work better in the long run. And they're gentler on your skin. Look for options with baking soda, magnesium, or coconut oil. There's one last element that's more emotional than physical, but just as important: self-awareness without shame. The truth is, if you ever worry about having that old people smell, you're not alone. But feeling embarrassed won't help. And honestly, you don't have to feel that way. Everyone ages. Everyone's body changes. But by making a few simple shifts in your diet, hygiene, lifestyle, you can feel fresh, clean, and proud of the way you carry yourself inside and out. This isn't about vanity. It's about dignity. About staying confident, healthy, and in control of your own body, no matter your age. You deserve to feel good when you hug your grandkids, when you go out to lunch with friends, when you look in the mirror and smile at the person staring back at you. And the best part? These small changes don't require expensive products or drastic overhauls. They just ask for a little curiosity, a little consistency, and the belief that you're worth taking care of, because you are. Let's continue by talking about something that most people don't realize is connected to how we smell: the clothes we wear and how we care for them. It might seem like a small thing, but fabric can hold on to odor in surprising ways. As we age, our skin naturally produces more of a compound called tunanino, which we touched on earlier. This compound is a bit oily and tends to cling to fabrics, especially synthetic ones like polyester or nylon. These fabrics don't breathe well, so instead of letting moisture and odor escape, they trap it. That's why wearing natural fibers like cotton, linen, or bamboo can make a world of difference. They're breathable, gentler on the skin, and easier to wash thoroughly. And speaking of washing, when was the last time you washed your favorite sweater in hot water or let it air out in the sun? Sunshine is a natural deodorizer. Its UV rays help kill bacteria and freshen up fabrics without chemicals. Try letting your clothes, bedding, or even your slippers spend some time outside when the weather allows. It's such a simple habit, but it really works. And while we're on the topic of home habits, your living environment might be playing a role too. Over time, homes can develop a certain musty or stale scent, especially if there's poor air circulation, mold, or older furniture. Now, this isn't about obsessively scrubbing every corner of your house, but opening your windows for 10 to 15 minutes a day can completely refresh the air and help your skin and clothes feel and smell cleaner. If you're up for it, a few drops of essential oils like lavender, tea tree, or lemon in a diffuser can not only make your space smell lovely, but they also help purify the air and lift your mood. That calming scent can even help you sleep better, and a good night's sleep does wonders for your overall body balance, including how you smell. Now let's touch on another sensitive area: personal hygiene routines that may need adjusting over time. The truth is, what worked for us in our 30s or 40s might not be the best approach in our 60s, 70s, or beyond. For example, Some people shower less often as they age due to dry skin, joint issues, or just being less active. That's totally understandable. But if body odor is becoming an issue, a gentle cleansing routine every day or every other day can really help, especially focusing on areas where sweat and oils collect, like underarms, feet, groin, and behind the ears. And remember, cleansing doesn't always mean a full-on shower. A warm washcloth with a little natural soap can go a long way. Think of it like how you might freshen up before company arrives. You don't need to start from scratch, just a little touch-up. Let's not forget about oral hygiene either. Sometimes, what we think is body odor is actually bad breath that lingers or gets worse because of dry mouth, medication, or changes in diet. As saliva production slows down with age, bacteria can build up in the mouth and cause an unpleasant odor. Regular brushing, flossing, and rinsing are important, of course, but so is staying hydrated and using alcohol-free mouthwash. Chewing on parsley or sucking on sugar-free mints with xylitol can also help stimulate saliva naturally. Now, I want to pause here and remind you of something important. None of this is about judgment. It's not about pointing fingers or trying to fix something that's broken. It's about honoring your body and recognizing that with age comes change, and that change deserves attention, not embarrassment. When we talk openly about topics like this, we take back control, and there's power in that. There's dignity in knowing your body and learning how to work with it, not against it. Another powerful, natural way to freshen your body from the inside out is through hydration. I know you probably heard this a million times, but water really is one of the most effective, affordable ways to support detoxification and reduce internal odors. As we age, our thirst signals become weaker, so it's easy to go through a whole day barely sipping anything. But when you're dehydrated, your body struggles to flush out toxins a normal way, through urine, sweat, and digestion. Those toxins have to go somewhere, and often they end up being released through your skin. Drinking more water helps keep everything moving and reduces the chance of any smells lingering. If plain water feels boring, try adding a few slices of lemon or cucumber. Herbal teas are another great option. Peppermint and ginger are especially helpful for digestion and breath. Even soups and juicy fruits like watermelon can count toward your fluid intake. Every little bit helps. Before we wrap up, I want to mention something that often gets overlooked: your sense of smell itself. Did you know that as we get older, our ability to smell can decrease? This means you might not always be aware of how your body smells. It's not because you're careless or ignoring it. It's because your nose simply isn't picking it up the same way. So if someone you trust gently mentions something, try not to feel embarrassed. Instead, take it as a chance to explore these tips and feel even better in your skin. And just like that, what once felt like a mystery, why older adults sometimes smell differently, becomes something we can understand, manage, and even prevent in totally natural ways. By now, we've uncovered quite a few surprising truths about where the so-called old people smell really comes from. And more importantly, we've explored gentle, natural ways to reduce it without ever feeling embarrassed or shamed. But before we wrap up, there's one final piece to this puzzle that's just as important as everything else we've talked about: what you put in your body and how it makes you feel from the inside out. Let's talk about food for a moment. You might not think what's on your dinner plate could affect how your body smells, but it can. Foods rich in spices like garlic and onions are delicious and healthy, but they do tend to leave behind a stronger body odor in some people. That doesn't mean you have to give them up entirely. Just balance them with plenty of fresh vegetables, whole grains, and fiber. Why fiber? Because when your digestive system is running smoothly, your body has fewer toxins to expel through your skin and sweat. A sluggish gut, on the other hand, can create more odor because waste products stay in the body longer than they should. That's where things like probiotics, found in yogurt, kefir, or even fermented foods like sauerkraut, can come in handy. They support the good bacteria in your gut, which helps your entire system stay clean and efficient. And you know what else makes a difference? Sugar. Now, I'm not here to tell you to never enjoy a sweet treat. Life's too short not to have a slice of pie now and then. But high sugar intake can cause yeast to overgrow in the body, especially in warm, damp places like underarms and feet. That yeast can contribute to unwanted odors, skin issues, and even fatigue. Try noticing how you feel after eating sugary snacks versus a more balanced meal. Your energy, your mood, and yes, even your scent can shift depending on what's fueling you. And here's something that might surprise you. Certain medications can also change the way your body smells. Some prescription drugs affect your liver or kidneys, which are responsible for filtering out toxins. If those organs are overwhelmed or not functioning at their best, your body may start to push some of those toxins out through your sweat glands instead. That can create a scent that you might not even notice yourself, but others might pick up on. Now, I'm not saying you should stop taking any medications without talking to your doctor. That's incredibly important. But it's worth having a conversation if you've noticed a recent change in body odor and can't figure out why. Sometimes a small adjustment or switching to a gentler alternative can make a big difference. And while we're on the topic of being kind to your body, let's talk self-care. Real self-care, not bubble baths or fancy lotions, though those are lovely, but the kind of care where you check in with yourself. Are you getting outside for fresh air? Moving your body a little every day? Taking a moment to stretch, to breathe, to feel the sun on your face? Because here's the truth. The more you enjoy your life, the better your body tends to function. Stress, loneliness, or even boredom can take a toll not just on your mind, but on your physical health too, including how you smell. Joy, laughter, meaningful connection. These things may not come in a bottle or a pill, but they are deeply healing. They boost your immune system, improve your sleep, and balance your hormones. All of those changes support a body that feels clean, light, and vibrant, not weighed down or worn out. You are not defined by your age or your scent. You are still the same curious, capable, beautiful person you've always been. And your body, while it may be changing, is still yours to care for with love, patience, and understanding. So the next time you hear someone joke about, "Old people smell," I hope you smile to yourself, knowing that you've learned what's really going on and how to take control of it. This isn't about covering things up or pretending to be someone else. It's about showing up every day as the most confident, comfortable version of yourself. A few simple changes, like wearing breathable fabrics, adjusting your hygiene habits, staying hydrated, and eating more whole foods, can make all the difference in how you feel and how you carry yourself. So go ahead and treat yourself to that fresh air walk, or sip on a lemon-infused glass of water. Swap that synthetic shirt for soft cotton, or open your windows and let the breeze dance through your home. Each little action is a step toward feeling better, smelling fresher, and embracing this chapter of life with dignity and joy. And if this video helped you feel more empowered, more informed, or just a little more at peace with the natural changes that come with aging, leave a comment below and let me know. I'd love to hear your story. What have you tried that's worked for you? What questions do you still have? If you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more uplifting tips and real talk about aging well, living fully, and feeling amazing at any age. Because you deserve to feel good in your own skin. You deserve to wake up and feel proud of the body that's carried you through a lifetime. And you deserve to enjoy the years ahead with energy, comfort, and confidence. Here's to living fresh, living free, and loving every moment, no matter how many candles are on your cake.